Good morning everyone, myself Hetvi Patel. I am studying in Fybpt. Today we are going to learn about the elements of a rural community. First of all, what do we mean by rural community? Rural community means, does anyone have any idea? We can say that rural community is a group of small people based on an agriculture work living in a village are considered in a rural community. We can conclude that people living in a village or a small town areas like a very small town are considered in a rural community. So the content which we are going to learn in the elements of a rural community today is features of a rural community, problems of a rural community, and third is the elements of a rural community. So now, features of a rural community. These are some main basic features of a rural community which we are going to learn today. First one is agriculture occupation. Rural community people are mainly dependent on an agriculture occupation. We can also say that agriculture occupation is the important and main primary source of occupation, and also activities allied with an agriculture occupation like animal husbandry, planting, etc. Second is natural environment. They are covered with entirely natural environment like birds, animals, ponds, rivers, green field, forest, we can also say that, etc. Third one is a small in size. Rural community is comparatively small in size to urban community, as we can say about the population and also area. Fourth one is a low density of a population. Rural community has a low density of a population as compared to the urban community. So now, fifth, homogeneity. Common occupation, common lifestyle of all the people living in a rural community mainly. Sixth one is a low mobility. They have comparatively low mobility. Social satisfaction, that is based on caste, they have social satisfaction. Sincere practices and ethics. We can say that people of a rural community are considered of a social practices like they have a social practice of getting early every morning. All the people, mainly people living there, and they follow the ethics and principle of their life. Last one is consuming of a healthy food and a lifestyle. They live in a natural air, natural environment, and consume most probably the green leaf and a green vegetable. After learning the features of a rural community, we come to the problems of a rural community. There are millions of problems faced by people of a rural community. These are the sum of it, and we can say the minor of it. First one is illiteracy. People over a community, a rural community, is most probably illiterate. They have a lack of education as they do not have a source of education and also they do not wish to take an education. Second one is a lack of a healthcare facility. Due to the lack of education, they do not have a proper healthcare system, medicals, hospitals, and also they have not probably educated doctors, so they have a healthcare facilities. Third one is a lack of a transportation and a common facility. They do not have a proper common transportation or a personal transportation too, as their main occupation is agriculture. Fourth one is they do not adapt changes. People of a rural community do not try to adapt changes or do not try in living in the same condition with them. Fifth one is a lack of irrigation. They have a lack of an irrigation facility as they do not know much about it also. Do not try to adapt advanced agriculture as they do not try to adapt changes. Their main source occupation is agriculture, so they do not also try to adapt agriculture technique too. Inadequate supply of electricity. They have an inadequate supply of electricity in most of days. Last one is a high birth and death rate ratio. People living in a rural community as compared to the urban community, they have a high birth and death rate ratio because of the lack of a healthcare facility. Elements of a community. There are basically three elements of a community: locality, objective of a group formation, and a self-reliance. Today, we are going to learn about the elements of a rural community. First one is locality. First, for the rural community, the locality is basically dependent on the village or a countryside area where people living with a natural surrounding and their basic occupation is agriculture and agriculture related activities. Second one is the objective of a group formation. For rural community, it means to improve their social, economic and health condition and to utilize their resource effectively and to increase awareness in their co-partners. Third one is a self-reliance. Basically, they are reliable. They do not wish to be dependent on other. It means that to it means the ability. We can say that it means the ability of a rural community to meet its own need by solving its own problem, with its own resource and own skills and own development ideas without being dependent on another country's side. Thank you.